Do you actually know what your cat is telling you when they need you? Most owners think it's just a cute quirk, something cats do because, well, that's just what cats do. But that slow, rhythmic push of their paws against your body isn't random and it isn't meaningless. It's one of the most emotionally loaded things your cat can do to another living creature. And once you understand what's actually happening underneath it, you'll never look at it the same way again. Here's what makes this even more interesting. Not every cat needs the same way. Some do it with their claws out. Some only need blankets, never you. Some purr so hard while they do it that they start to drool. Every single version of this behavior is telling you something slightly different. And stick around for the last one because there's a reason your cat chooses to do this to you specifically. Out of every person and every surface in your home, that one changes everything. Let's start from the very beginning. 1. It goes back to the very first thing they ever learned to do. Watch a newborn kitten nursing for the first time, and you'll see the exact same motion your adult cat does on your lap right now. That rhythmic push, paw over paw, against their mother's belly. It's not decorative, it's functional. Kittens knead against their mother to stimulate milk flow. It's one of the very first coordinated movements a kitten's body ever learns, wired in before their eyes are even fully open. Most kittens grow out of the physical need for it once they're weaned, but the behavior itself never disappears. It gets rewired, not deleted. It shifts from a survival mechanism into something else entirely, a comfort response. A signal that gets triggered whenever your adult cat feels the same warmth, safety, and closeness they felt as a nursing kitten. So when your grown cat climbs onto your lap and starts kneading, some part of their brain is replaying the earliest, safest memory they have. You're not just a warm surface. In that moment, you are functioning as their mother once did. That's not an exaggeration. It's the literal origin of the behavior, still running in the background of an adult cat's nervous system, decades after it stopped serving any physical purpose at all. This is also why kneading tends to show up most in moments of pure relaxation, right before sleep, right after a meal, when they're curled up somewhere warm and quiet. Those are exactly the conditions that would have triggered nursing as a kitten, and your cat's brain still treats them the same way. 2. They're leaving something behind that you can't see or smell. Here's something most owners never think about. Your cat's paws aren't just for walking. They're loaded with scent glands, tucked between the pads, releasing a chemical signature every single time they press down on something. When your cat needs you, they're not just performing a comforting motion. They're marking you. Every push of those paws deposits a small trace of their scent onto your skin, your clothes, your blanket. It's completely invisible and odorless to you, but to your cat and to any other animal that might encounter you, it reads loud and clear. This belongs to me. This is the same mechanism behind why cats rub their faces on furniture, on door frames, on your legs when you walk in the door. Scent marking is how cats build a map of what's safe and what's theirs in a world they can't fully control. And unlike face rubbing, which is often quick and almost businesslike, kneading is slow, repeated, deliberate. It's not a passing mark. It's a cat taking their time to claim you over and over for as long as the kneading session lasts. If you have multiple pets in the house, you may notice your cat needs you more intensely or more often, right after another animal has been near you. That's not a coincidence. They're re-establishing the claim, resetting the scent that says, this one is mine, after it's been diluted by someone else. 3. Claws out means something completely different than claws in. Not all kneading looks the same, and the difference matters more than most owners realize. If your cat needs you with their claws tucked away, soft paws, gentle pressure, that's about as safe and relaxed as a cat can get. Their nervous system is fully at ease. There's no instinct on alert, just comfort. But if your cat needs with their claws extended, digging in slightly with each push, that doesn't necessarily mean anything is wrong. In most cases, it simply means they haven't fully learned to retract their claws during the motion, especially in cats who were weaned early or separated from their mother and littermates too soon. Kneading with claws out is often a sign of a cat who missed part of the natural progression of that behavior as a kitten. It's not aggression, it's an incomplete lesson. This is worth paying attention to because it can tell you something about your cat's early life, even if you adopted them as an adult and know nothing about their history. A cat who consistently kneads hard, with claws extended, digging in with real pressure, likely experienced an abrupt or early separation from their mother. Understanding that can change how you respond. Instead of pulling away or reacting to the discomfort, a folded towel on your lap during kneading sessions lets them keep the behavior and the comfort it brings them without the claws becoming a problem for you. 4. Sometimes it's not about you at all, and that's not a bad thing. If your cat needs blankets, pillows, or a soft bed instead of you, it's easy to take that personally. It isn't personal. It's actually one of the clearer signs that the behavior has fully transitioned from something they need a specific person for into a general comfort ritual. Soft plush textures mimic the physical sensation of pressing against their mother's belly better than almost anything else in your home. A blanket gives under the pressure the same way. It holds warmth the same way. For a cat who associates kneading purely with physical comfort rather than social bonding, the blanket does the job just as well as you would. This doesn't mean your cat loves you less than a cat who exclusively needs their owner. It usually just means their version of comfort is more tied to environment than to a specific person, which is common in cats who are naturally more independent or who spent significant time as solo cats before you brought them home. That said, if a cat consistently switches from needing blankets to needing you during moments of stress, a vet visit, a loud storm, a new pet in the house, that's meaningful. It tells you that in a moment of real uncertainty, you became the safe object, not the blanket. That's the version of trust worth noticing. 5. The purring and drooling combo is the deepest state your cat can reach. If your cat needs you and purrs so hard they start to drool a little, you have not done anything wrong. That combination, kneading, deep purring, and light drooling, together represents one of the most complete relaxation states a domestic cat can enter. This traces directly back to nursing. As kittens, the combination of kneading and suckling triggered a full-body release response. Muscles relaxed, breathing slowed, and yes, in some kittens, that also meant a small amount of drooling as their mouth relaxed completely during feeding. In adult cats, especially ones who were never fully weaned off comfort nursing behaviors, or who simply carry that response more strongly into adulthood, the exact same physical chain reaction can get triggered by intense kneading sessions. The purring deepens, the body goes fully limp, and that old reflex, the drool, comes right along with it. It can look strange if you've never seen it before. It is not a health concern on its own. It is, biologically speaking, close to the most content your cat's nervous system is capable of becoming. If any of this is making you rethink every kneading session you've ever brushed off, hit that like button and subscribe. It genuinely helps us reach more cat owners who want to actually understand what's happening behind these little moments, instead of just calling them cute and moving on. 6. How much your cat needs says something about how they were raised. Some cats need constantly, multiple times a day, for years, well into old age. Others do it rarely, maybe only in very specific moods. That range isn't random, and it isn't really about personality alone. Cats who were weaned gradually and stayed with their mother and litter mates for a full, healthy period, generally around 12 weeks or longer, tend to show more moderate, gentle kneading as adults. The behavior served its purpose fully as kittens, so as adults, it shows up more occasionally, mostly as a light comfort habit. Cats who were separated early, orphaned, bottle-raised, or rehomed too young often carry a stronger, more frequent version of the behavior into adulthood. For these cats, kneading isn't just an occasional comfort ritual. It can become a self-soothing mechanism they return to constantly, almost like they're still trying to complete something that got interrupted. Neither pattern is a problem. But if you have a cat who needs intensely and often, especially alongside sucking on blankets or fabric, that combination is a strong sign of an early separation. Knowing this doesn't mean you need to do anything differently. If anything, it means you should feel less concerned, not more. That intense kneading isn't a sign of anxiety in the moment. It's a decades-old coping tool, and the fact that they're using it on you means you've become the person safe enough to use it on. 7. This is why they chose you. Remember at the start, when I said there's a reason your cat needs you specifically, out of every surface and every person in your home, here it is. A cat doesn't need just anyone. Kneading requires your cat to be in a state of complete physical vulnerability, muscles relaxed, guard down, claws extended and retracted rhythmically without watching for a threat. In the wild, that state would be dangerous. A predator, even a small one, doesn't relax their whole body around something they don't trust completely. So when your cat climbs onto you, settles in, and starts that slow, repetitive motion, they are choosing to enter the single, most defenseless state their body is capable of, directly on top of you. Not on the couch cushion next to you, not on the floor nearby, on you. Every scent mark left by their paws, every claw that stays soft instead of digging in, every purr that deepens into something closer to sleep, All of it is happening because somewhere in your cat's mind, you have been sorted into the same category their mother once occupied. The category reserved for the one being in the world they don't have to watch, don't have to guard against, don't have to stay alert around. That's what kneading really is. Not a quirky habit, not something to gently push off your lap because it's mildly uncomfortable. It's your cat using the oldest, most primal comfort behavior they own and choosing to direct it at you. So next time they climb up, settle in and start kneading, just let them stay a little longer than usual. You're not just being cute together. You're the one place in the entire world they've decided it's safe enough to completely let go.